All right. Okay, there we are. I just wait for everything to pop up. How is everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing good. Hold on one second, folks. Give me just 1 second. Just gotta kill the volume on this. All right. All right, here we are. I I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are having a good day. It is the weekend, so that's a good thing as well. 8 o'clock. Man, time flies. It's already pushing towards the end of June. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how time flies, but what are you going to do? All right, so let's remind everybody really quickly. This is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. This is like irritating me. I got to move this just a hair. There we go. That's a little bit better. Um, no racism, no nastiness. If you can't abide by these really easy, simple rules, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here because we are not going to have that. We're going to have a nice chat. We're going to have a good time, hopefully, share information, and go from there. All right. So, that being said, uh, don't let them distract you. Obviously, that is the title of this video, and is obviously the hot topic right now, as we all know. Um, is the Supreme Court's decision today. Isn't it interesting too that they release it on a weekend, right? And I did see that that was overturned today. Now, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll be honest with you. I have my opinion. Anybody that has watched this channel um, any length of time knows my stance on it. I don't feel it has nothing to do with prepping or living off grid. So I'm not going to get into it. Everybody can have their opinion. Doesn't mean you're right or wrong. It's your opinion is your opinion, and that's kind of where I stand on that. So I don't like I said, I don't judge. So to each their own. When do you plan on going back to West Virginia? I'll be heading back to West Virginia very shortly. So like I said, I don't tell people my itinerary. I don't say, hey, I'm leaving this day at this time. I will be here, and then I will be back in West Virginia, and you'll see that. So, but fairly soon I'll be heading back. So, I know I said that the other day, and it's still the same answer. So, um, but anyhow, it's just to me, and this is strictly again my opinion. This whole thing is Sam's Club is taking new membership today until the 26th for only $8. Great deal. Oh, that's good. I already joined them. I when I went back to what because okay, so in New York, I'll give you an example. When I lived in Greece, New York, we had a Sam's Club literally around the corner from where we lived. There was also a Sam's Club in Henrietta. Uh, Two very, very popular Sam's Club. I mean, extremely popular. Always busy. Never a problem with that. It was amazing. It was, and I loved, Sam's Club. And then they closed those stores, and they said, okay, if you remember when Sam's Club went and closed a whole bunch of stores. This is going back a ways now, but they closed a whole bunch of stores and said, "Oh well, these certain stores were underperforming." And I'm like, the Greece, New York store and the Henrietta store in New York were never underperforming ever. So that was total BS in my opinion then. But they kept the Buffalo store open. Well, I wasn't driving to Buffalo to go to Sam's Club, so I had let my membership run out because it didn't make sense to have it. But now that I am in West Virginia, there is a Sam's Club reasonably close, close for West Virginia. I'll put it like that. So, but yeah, so I rejoined while I was down there. So, but yeah, it's just You know, when they come up with these reasons and they don't make sense, and you can read through the BS, there's something else going on. So, but anyway, so going back to what we were going to talk about here, the distraction. Obviously, we have this major galvanizing issue. You know, it's funny with the issue. Not that it's funny, but with the issue, you have people that are either 100% for it or they're 100% against it. There's generally not any middle ground in there. So, you know, and again, everybody has the right to their opinion. You can do whatever you want to do. Like I said, I don't judge people. You know, it's their choice. So, you know, like I said, I'm not going to get into it because again, it's just, you know, people get all kinds of pissed off, you know, but you know, it's amazing to me. But they do these things, guys, major distractions, right? Tell me this is not, you know, how tell me this isn't a major way to take our minds off of everything else that is going on in the world right now, right? Oh my God, this hotbed topic where people, like I said, there's going to be protests for it, against it. People are going to be, you know, flipping out and, you know, M Hammer. Yeah. See, again, so, but your opinion is still your opinion, right? So you're not, no opinion. No, it's still your opinion. So you can't say that that's not an opinion. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know, and again, does that make you, okay, so does that make you right or does that make you wrong? It's just your opinion. So, you know, again, I just, like I said, it's a very galvanizing topic. And again, like I said, I'm not touching it. There's two things you really shouldn't, well, three that you really shouldn't talk about. And I do talk about the one which is politics. You really shouldn't talk politics because that's another, you know, hotbed issue. And you know, it just and people are just so, again, they're so galvanized in their opinions, especially now. You know, if you look back, if you look back in our history, you know, and not that long ago in our history, the Democrats and Republicans used to come together on issues and try to work together. Not anymore. If the Republicans are for it, the Democrats are against it. If the Democrats are for it, the Republicans are against it. And if they don't vote party line, they're replaced. They're gotten rid of. You know, and that's you know, that's just what happens. So I don't think it's off limits if we can talk gun laws, we can talk abortion laws. It's because, like I said, whatever my opinion is, and like I said again, I have expressed my opinion in the past. So if you want to know what my opinion is, go look at my old videos. But if I come on here and I say I believe this or I believe that and why I believe this or that, half of you are going to agree with me, and the other half of you are going to vilify me and tell me I'm an a-hole. So why even stoke that fire? It doesn't. And again, what does it have to do with prepping? What does it have to do with living off grid? What does it have to do with what's worse is if one side flips, so does the other side. Oh, absolutely, Okie Forge. I agree with that 100%. 100%. So, but, you know, yeah, it's not a prepping issue, but firearms are a prepping issue. Absolutely. So there's a big difference. Big difference in that one. Again, I respect everybody's right to believe what they want. Even if I disagree with you, I'm still going to respect you as a person. That's just the way that we should all try to live our lives like that. To be honest with you, you know, it's you know, and as we already know, if you let's be realistic, right? New York State, what New York State will do is they will continue to allow it because it is a blue state, will always be a blue state, not going to change, right? That's realistic. New York State will also continue to try to be more restrictive of gun laws. They've already done it. They've done it before. They're going to continue to do it. It's just what they do. Now, with West Virginia, it is a red state, right? So, they're probably going to do something totally different than New York State would do. They also have, you know, way better gun laws in West Virginia. So, it's again, it's just uh, there is, in my opinion, there's no right or wrong answer. There really isn't. So, you have a choice. You can do what you want to do. Um, and I will just leave that at that. But all right. So, see, again, not a prepping issue. We shouldn't be talking about it because let's be honest with you. Okay, let's be honest with you. SHTF happens, folks. There will be no more abortions. That's the reality of that. So, hey, Asif, the right to privacy is implied in the Constitution, but the right to bear arms is explicitly mentioned in the Constitution, not an option. I agree 100%. Very good statement, and thank you very much for that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. You're 100% correct. Again, I don't disagree with that at all. But anyway, yeah, it's, you know, to me, it's a distraction. It's used to keep us distracted from the real issues that are going on. And there's a lot of real issues going on, folks. A lot of real issues going on. So, again, I would encourage you all to not let the gun issue is specific to the Constitution is right. Exactly. Exactly. You know, shall not be infringed. I don't think it's any more clear than that statement alone. And, so, but yeah, that's just, again, strictly, everybody has an opinion on that as well. I mean, people are very galvanized. Here's okay. So we'll go this on a gun level. Okay, if you don't like guns, don't own a gun. That's my opinion. Okay, if you like guns, and as long as you're not a mental case and you're not looking to hurt people, have a gun. That's your right. You can do whatever you want to do. And so that's my opinion on that. It amazes me that when people dictate to other people what they can and cannot do, that bothers me. I don't like that. So, so are we on topic? Yeah, pretty much, Randy Romines, pretty much. You know, life is about choices, folks. Everything's about a choice. You get to this fork in the road. Do I go left or do I go right? That's a choice. We all have to make them. If you choose to do nothing, right? If you don't choose to go left or right, you've still made a choice. So there you go. Um, you know, but that's that is how it goes. So here's a question that I have for you. Okay, let's talk about this really quickly. So Remington settles with the families over the shooting, right? So and it's just like, okay, so we're gonna break this down, so make it really really simple. If your loved one was killed by a drunk driver, and the driver of the other car was driving a Chevy pickup truck, right? Drunk driver killed by, drunk driver killed your loved one. So what do? You're going to sue Chevy because it was their truck that killed the other person, right? Hey, Malachi's Corner. Did they piss off the Supreme Court or what? Yeah, well, yeah, that is for sure. That's too funny. And Malachi's Corner has been a hardcore prepper for 12 months already. It's already a year I've been doing that. Man, it doesn't seem like it's that's gone by fast. That has gone by fast. But what do we got? 417 in the chat, guys. We're at 162 on the thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And I appreciate you doing that as well. Also, it makes a big difference with the algorithms. And so the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. Also, If you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so when you eat nothing but fast food all the time, processed food all the time, you don't cook for yourself all the time, are you going to sue the fast food industry because you're overweight? Are you going to sue the people that make forks and spoons? Because it can't be your fault. It has to be the spoon or the fork's fault that you're overweight, right? It's the same exact premise with a gun. Where is, and I want you guys to think about this. This kid, okay, let's use the one in Buffalo, 18-year-old kid in Buffalo, right? So they're going to sue the gun manufacturer. Where is the blame for the background check going through by the federal government? Where's the blame for that? They let him pass that background check so he could get that gun, right? So where's their responsibility in that? Why are they going after them? It's a very valid question. I like to ask questions because I think questions are important, right? I think that's important. So, to blame the gun is ridiculous. Are we going to blame, of course, you'd never get this one through. Are you going to blame Big Pharma because they gave these people medication that caused them to have neuroses and to act a certain way and to, all those things, right? We're going to blame them. Aren't they culpable in a way as well because of the different medications? I mean, you look at the number of antidepressants that people are on, and they have suicidal thoughts because they're on XYZ antidepressant. It drives me insane. I don't understand that. Pam in Wonderland. My favorite lives were all off topic. Well, they generally they go on their own way. Well, I answer questions a lot of times, and yeah, a woman did sue McDonald's because the coffee was too hot. Yep, she spilled it on herself. Was it 20 million? I don't think it was 20 million. I think it was like 2 million, if I'm not mistaken, JJ. But yeah, she spilled the coffee on herself, and she sued them and won. There's what the problem is with our society today, to be honest with you. Okay, to be honest with you. Someone says, yes, I do blame Big Pharma. But what I'm saying is there has to be more to it. It's not the gun's fault. Okay? It's not the gun's fault. If a person that has mental problems and is seeking psychiatric help, that they haven't, they're under whatever, where's the responsibility for that? And again, do you ever hear any of these shooters, any of these guys, what medications they're on? I think that would be really, really interesting. Yeah, a thief breaks his leg in your home, he can sue you. Exactly. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And there's all kinds of examples of that that have happened through the years. And it's another thing that drives me nuts. But if you get coffee from McDonald's or wherever you're getting it from, it's going to be hot. There's a weird thing that a lot of people don't have anymore. It's called common sense. We are in a sue happy society, which is a huge problem as well. A huge problem as well. And everybody wants to sue everybody all the time. It's absolutely crazy. So, but again, all the factors in all these shootings are never brought to light, and that's my opinion. Okay, because they're not forthcoming with all the information. They never do. They never are. Again, I think that if we did a breakdown, all a gun is, folks, is a tool. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a tool. And so when people blame the tool for the problem, and because you have so many people, and it's really, I don't think it's as many as people think it is. You get into the cities, and New York City is one of the, Chicago and New York City have the strictest gun laws as far as gun laws go. And all that does is disarms the average citizen so they are not able to protect themselves. A criminal, and I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. A criminal does not care about gun laws. Look at how many shootings are in Chicago every day. Look at how many shootings there are in New York City every day. Okay. Uh, you can make all the laws that you want to do. Criminals are not going to follow the laws. They're going to find a way to get a gun, you know, and that's exactly the way it is. It's exactly the way it is. So, you know, but again, like I said, if your loved one's killed by a drunk driver driving a Chevy truck, you don't sue Chevy. You know, it'd be like saying, well, you know, everybody who's sober needs to stay off the roads because it's your fault. You're partly responsible for the drunk driver being out there killing you because you were on the road. It's insanity. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know how people can even use those arguments. Again, you have to first of all you look at the individual. You look at the individual where rational people do not go out and kill people. Realistic. Now, fit of anger, bar fight, those things happen. Happens all the time. Okay, but to premeditatedly go and plan to hurt people, uh, that takes somebody that has some mental issues. I hope we can agree on that, right? I mean, but there's always more to the story than we're getting. Always more. A lot of, even you go back to Columbine, they were bullied, you know, and, everybody has a breaking point. Everybody watching, I have a breaking point. Everybody has a breaking point. You're going to be pushed so far and then you fight back, right? Now, the way that those kids with Columbine fought back was obviously very wrong, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. I remember reading the story of it, and you know, there was one kid that wasn't part of the clique that they were going after, and he was in that library where they went and they shot a lot of those people in that library, and they told him, they're like, "No, man, you're cool. Go ahead and get out of here." And they let him go because he wasn't one of the ones that was giving them a hard time or looking down or treating them differently. I can remember in school, guys, we had, there was cliques that you had your brains, okay, you had your jocks. The jocks all hung out together. The brains all hung out together. You had your preppy group. You had your heads. You had your drinkers, and then you had your freaks. The freaks were the people that nobody else wanted to be around, and they were a fringe group over there. I hung out with the drinkers. My sister was ahead. She hung out with the partiers. So, uh, you know, that those two groups kind of went side by side, realistically. But it's just there was a hierarchy and there was bullying that happened. I've seen it all the time, and so I mean, yeah, stoner rockers, exactly, yep. But and some people could, somebody said I hung out with all of them. Well, and that's cool that you were able to do that. But I know, like, I went when I the school that I graduated from was a very clicky school. I did my last 3 years of high school there. Okay, it was very very clicky. Now, us coming in as outsiders, my sister and I, um, we were never accepted because we weren't from that town. We were outsiders. So I basically hung out with other transplants as well, people that had come in from other school districts, because, like I said, you were really not really accepted if you weren't there, if you weren't from there. Now, the other school that I had gone to for 3 years before then, I got along better with those people. And that was a real small town school. They had they did the urban to suburban program, and so it was us local kids against the city kids. I mean, that was just the way it was. There was no integration. That did not happen. It was not like everybody was loving and hugging on each other. It did not happen. Okay, we didn't want them there. They weren't part of us. We had our town folks. It was the people that lived in that area. We all grew up there. We were all the same. So that's just the way it is. So Ed, you forgot about the cowboy click rides. Oh my God, that's too funny. Well, I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up cowboy. I mean, I grew up country. You know, I definitely grew up country, but you know, yeah, you know, it's just Susan Anger says, and the gays got a beating. Back then, a lot of them did. If you were gay or lesbian back in when I went to high school, I mean, I graduated in '84. You didn't talk about it. Now, I'll tell you a true story. I just had, well, just I didn't just have, but at my 30-year reunion, and even at my 20-year reunion, when I went to my 20-year reunion, the number of people that came out after high school, I was like amazed at the number. A lot of women where I went to high school ended up coming out as gay. And again, there's another topic, right? I don't care. Uh, you do what you want. How does it affect me? Who you sleep with or who you don't sleep with, it has zero effect on me. As long as there's two consenting adults, knock yourselves out, have a great time. You know what I mean? I don't care. Just like the only thing I don't want to see, and I don't want to see it with a heterosexual couple either, I don't want to see anybody going at it in public. You know, use some discretion, use some decorum. You know, I'm going to tell you what, I worked, I'm going to tell you a quick story, right? So I worked for Monroe Developmental Center, working with the mentally retarded. And they back then still had the main building, and I was in my early 20s. They had the main building, and then they had some of the group homes. Now, since then, they have spread out and they got rid of the main building, and everybody's in group homes now. But when I was working there was a huge, huge number of gay and lesbians that worked for that system. And I had a buddy of mine ask me, he goes, why do you think there's so many gays and lesbians working, here? And I said, oh, dude, that's easy. I said, you don't know? And he goes, no. He goes, I have no idea. And I said, here's the reason why so many gays and lesbians work with mentally retarded people. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. The retarded people have no judgment. They don't care. And we're talking profoundly mentally retarded people, folks. We're not talking about your Down syndrome kids. And guess what? The Down syndrome kids don't care either. To be honest with you, there's no judgment, so they can do their job and they can be who they are without any kind of issues. And that's why there was such a huge population that worked there. That was gay and lesbian. So and again, I didn't care. So a lot of the jocks were gay. Well, yeah, a lot. Yeah, that happens too. That happens too. But I'll tell you when I'll give you a good example. You want to see a lot of gay and lesbians? Go to the gym. Go to a gym. Uh, I stopped showering at the gym because you'd be in there showering at the gym, and then you got some dude standing there watching you while you were showering, and I wasn't down for that. So I ended up showering at home. you know, so but again, like I said, what people's choices that they make, if it doesn't affect you directly, all of us, all of us realistically should mind our own business. It has nothing to do with us. But everybody wants to push their views on somebody else. And that drives me crazy. Edie came in and says it's because you're such a fine specimen. Well, thank you. I'm going to tell you what, I have been hit on all my life by men. It's happened my entire life, okay? And I think the reason why because I'm dead sexy, number one, okay? That's just, we all know that, so I don't have to even go there. No, I'm just messing with you. Because I treat I treat everybody the same way. I treat people with respect. I'm nice to everybody. I try to be. Let's put it like this: if we meet, and you're a decent person to me, I'm going to be a decent person to you. If you're a jerk off, I don't want nothing to do with you anyway. So it's just because I'm decent to everybody. A lot of times, that I would get hit on. And my ex-wife had the best saying, because she had the real short hair, so everybody thought she was a lesbian all the time. So she always said this: it's always nice to be invited to the party. It doesn't mean you have to go. And I love that. I think that is like the best answer, because I used to have people would say to me, "Well, doesn't it piss you off when you get hit on?" And I'd be like, "No, I take it as a compliment." I mean, that's why, who cares? So you know what? You ask, okay, so let's look at it. Let's put it from this perspective. You're a guy, if you're a guy and you like women. So you go up to a woman and you ask her out and she says, "No, I'm not interested." Should she be offended or pissed off that you asked her out? Should you feel bad because you took your shot and it didn't go, right? You take your shot. If the person says no, they say no. If they say yes, sometimes you might surprise yourself, be like, "Holy crap, I can't believe that person said yes." You don't know. You got to take a chance. So to me, I was always flattered when somebody would hit on me, man, woman, whatever the case may be. I always took it as a compliment. Like I said, to each their own. We all have our choices again. So, we all have our flavors. You could be straight up heterosexual and have some kinks that other people would go, "Really?" So again, there's no judgment. There's some things that people do that I go, "Really?" And I'm pretty wide open. I'll be honest. I'm pretty wide open. I'm really open minded, but some things I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't like, how does that give you pleasure? But to each, like I said, everybody's got a flavor. Everybody's got a thing that does it for them. I mean, and I'm gonna go tame. I'm gonna go tame. I'm gonna give you an example. Feet fetish, right? There is some. Oh my God, Jen, oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Some people have an unbelievable foot fetish. I mean, that's all they got to see. That's all they want to see. That's what gets them off. And again, are you hurting anybody? Nope. Then go for it. Have a good time. You know what I mean? It's just, but that's a huge one. That's a huge fetish. Now, there's some other things out there that people do that I like. Like I said, I don't get it. I don't know how that works, but as long as you got somebody willing to play that game with you, good for you. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody, like I said, we're all different. Realistically, there is no, all right, well, you're straight, you're gay, you're bisexual. Okay, 70% heterosexual, 20% bisexual, and 10% homosexual. That's how the population breaks down. We are part of the animal kingdom. And guess what? It goes for cows, chickens, ducks, geese, cats, dogs. Same thing. Same thing, right? So, again, whatever anybody, like I said, again, so that 70% heterosexual group, you think everybody does the same thing? They all do the missionary position and that's it? No. It's all different. It's all different. So again, like I said, if it's not hurting nobody and it's two consenting adults, I have no issue with it. Like I said, I don't always want to see it. I don't want to see it. Do your thing, do it privately, whatever, But yeah, it's an interesting world, especially now. Oh my God, everything is so much more open, way more open, way more open. So it is, you know, yeah. But it's just life is fun. It is definitely fun. I enjoy life. I'll tell you, one of my favorite things all time ever to do, even when I was younger, is go to a bar, get a beer, sit back in a corner, and just watch. Just watch. So I have a homosexual dog who loves male cats. Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, my Maxie. Max is a great cat. Max is a homo. He don't act like a male cat. So, and again, he's a good cat, but I had a shepherd mix that liked the guy that I dated, had to pull him off him. Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. But anyway, so real quick, guys, I do want to mention here. Uh, I just started a sale today with the Legacy Freeze Dried Foods. So that sale is going to be going on for a couple weeks. So if you are interested, preppernurse1.com, you'll click on store. It will drop down. You'll see Legacy Foods. You click on that. It will take you to the store within the website. If you decide to make a purchase when you're there, you can save 20% by using the discount code Summer Sale 2022. All right, so that's 25-year shelf life. GMO free, gluten options available for people that need that. It is also vegetarian. So there are beef and chicken options that are sold separately. So definitely, definitely check that out if you are interested. And, like I said, you can save 20% on your purchase. So, uh, you know, Tim Spa says, I'm the quiet guy in the corner too. It's interesting because people are so phony in bars. They're phony, you know, very interesting. So, but yeah, like I said, it's we live in an interesting world. That is for sure. Uh, and it looks like you've lost weight. Oh, I am definitely down weight wise. I'm really happy about that. I have a long way to go. I'm going to get a lot thinner. So, I definitely am going to be, I got a long way to go. But thank you for noticing. I do appreciate that. I feel better. I definitely will tell you that I feel a whole lot better. So, but anyway, um, like I said, a lot going on, a lot of distractions out there. It's happening constantly, and it's blame the alcohol. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's alcohol's fault. They should sue the alcohol people because you got drunk. Take no personal responsibility at all. Guys, you're going to have to excuse me for just a moment. I will be right back. Uh, uh, all right. I apologize for that. Had an emergency that I had to take care of. So it was all of a sudden I started feeling a little crampy, and I went, "Oh, this is not good." So, uh, all right. So, hey, being honest, I knew that at some point, and I've been doing live streams. Okay, I have been doing live streams for God a while. I don't even remember how long I've been doing them, but a majority guess right on that one. Yeah, well, it's all right. It happens. And I knew eventually at some point, that I was going to be like, oh crap, I got to go. Because I always try to make sure I go before the stream starts, and it just sometimes your body goes, hello, it's time right now. So that's what happened. So TMI. Well, tell me you didn't know. Tell me you didn't know that that's what I was running off to do. Getting older, it ain't got nothing to do with it. So, but just so you guys know, everything came out okay. Oh my god, that's too funny. But when you started live streams, was it difficult? Um, I think that you develop. You know what I mean? The first couple live streams was kind of you're like learning, I guess. You know, I've always been good talking with crowds. I was never had an issue with that. I can talk, you know, in front of people with no issues and stuff like that. So that's never been a problem for me personally. But it was a learning curve of, you know, what's okay, what's not okay, you know, all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's just I was never uncomfortable in front of it, you know, having, you know, doing a chat and stuff like that. But yeah, so you know, YouTube becomes the social life. It can. I will tell you what, guys. I know New Yorkers can talk. Uh, I'm a Gemini too, so you know it's a Gemini thing as well. So, but no, you know, I just I've met so many people through YouTube that I consider friends. A lot of great people, and so you know it's been a you know an avenue to connect with like-minded people as well, which is you have to understand when I first started doing prepping. Hurricane Katrina 2005 was the very beginning for me that got me going. And, you know, I had a lot of people were like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" And I just, you know, and no, I'm not doing a get together this year, Sharon, just because of back and forth. And I've been really busy. And, you know, when I come up here, I have things to do. When I go to West Virginia, I have things to do. So, but you know, it was, you know, when I first got started, you didn't have people, like-minded people to talk to. You had everybody was telling you, you know, oh, you're crazy. Why would you do that? That you know, they didn't understand. So when I started out on YouTube and got started on YouTube and started meeting people that were like-minded, that prepped and had the same thoughts that I had, and you know, and all those type of things. That was always, you know, like opened up your eyes that you're not alone. You're not the only one that thinks this way, and that's a cool, you know, that's a cool thing. Yeah, the old camper days. Yep, yep. So, you know, but 4 years and still not at 1,000 subs. You know, I will tell you what, it took me a long time. It took me a long time. I was making videos when I was in Greece, New York. You know, my ex left at that time when I, you know, and I didn't post for like 4 or 5 months. And you know, when I came back and started posting again, you know, I'd let people know where I'd been, what had happened, and when we moved, when we moved down here, you know, and I had talked about it, you know, that I was going to move off grid, and that was my game plan, and all that type of stuff. I had what 1,250 subscribers when we moved here, and so that's 8 years ago. And so within the first 6 months of being here, we went from 2,500 or 1,250 to 2,500. The second year, I got from 2,500 to 5,000. The third year, we went from 5,000 to 10,000. And then it was the year after that that it really took off. And, you know, I put out a viral video, and it really just, you know, here's the bug question: who's the mystery woman in your life? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you honestly. I am not sharing that information. I'll probably not have her on the channel. You know, not at first. You know, if things progress with her and things go well, then maybe down the road, but not in the beginning. Because just because of a-holes and people being stupid, and you know, but I don't plan on sharing that information. She's very special to me. I'll be honest with you. I've known her for a very long time. You know, and so you know, we'll see what happens. You know, she knows that I have to go back and forth right now, and that's okay. You know, you know, she may come down, and you know, there may be a time I go to West Virginia and I bring her with me, and she'll be there. You know, possibly we're talking about that, where she'll come down and spend a week with me, and we'll see what happens. And again, you probably won't see her on video if she's there, you know, and then I'll bring her back, and you know, we'll just kind of go from there. We're going to see what happens. So, Yeah, she'll handle off grid. She's got no problem with that. She thinks it's beautiful. She knows that I do YouTube and all that type of stuff. But and she's okay with that. But yeah, it's we're seeing where things go. Uh, you know, we reconnected and we started talking and we spent an evening together and had a great time. I After my live stream, I went and picked her up and we went out and we actually walked on the canal path up in Greece, New York, and it was awesome. And we had a great conversation, which was cool too. And that's all the information I'm going to give you. So, but she's very cool, and I like her, and we'll see what happens. But so there we are. Um, Time will tell. You know what I mean? So time will tell. So. I think Heather's the dogs still might be. Oh, it's egg count time. Look at Asif. Asif's jumping all over it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the egg count. Um, so if you have, well, while we're doing that, let's keep doing the thumbs up. We're only at 295 on the thumbs up. We got 475 in the chat. And so if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. So egg count, yes or no? Did thick neck lay? And we will go from there. So give you guys a minute to get your guesses, and I will let you know. So the first correct answer I saw was from Robert Dennis, and it was 8 eggs today and no thick neck. So I saw some other people had that answer afterwards, but he was the first one that I saw that had it right. I see Philip had it right as well, Philip Hemmings. But yep, so he was the first one that had it right. So that's why he got mentioned first. But yep, so 8 eggs today and no thick neck today. She did lay yesterday though. So, but so we got 452. We got 315. I'm not even gonna make a number tonight because I don't even care. There she is.
Stella, she's upstairs.
Oh, she's upstairs. Okay. So Stella is up in the loft. And Miss Stella is in heat right now, so she is a pain in the behind.
But she can stay up there because she's being quiet right now.
Yeah, because So we'll let her stay up there. So hi Heather.
Hello everybody.
What has Heather been up to?
I've been crocheting a lot like always.
Crocheting, and what is Heather making these days?
Making stuff. I got some bath scrubs I'm working on. Just finished like a face towel for myself. But just things cat hats like always.
Right.
What about Max showing?
Max is not in.
The cats are outside right now.
Yeah, it's a time of year that they're outside most of the time. When it's cold, they're in the house more. But when it's nice, they're not in the house very much at all. So.
Make a cat couch.
Can you put 87 octane in your Harley? I would never. I only put high test in my Harley. I'll be honest with you. So I put whatever the highest grade that they have. If it's 92, 90, or 94, that's what I put in my Harley. Whatever their highest grade is, that's what I put in there. I don't run 87. I would never run 87 in my Harley. But thanks for that question. We had a good ride again today. So getting a few rides in. I had to give Becky a ride. She wanted a ride as well. So.
I actually talked to her on the phone.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, she called me.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll tell me later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody likes the Pink Floyd shirt.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, I got these weird pants at Walmart, so the rainbows they went along. I'm a fashionista, as they say. Make a beanie.
Yeah.
He likes to show the melon.
Yeah, I'm a bandana guy. Always have been. What does Harley recommend for gas? You know what, Okie Forge? I absolutely have no idea. I just think that the engine runs better with the higher octane gas. So that's yeah. Is it more expensive? Yeah, but it's not costing you $100 to fill up your tank.
When I first joined, I was like, "Who is this thick neck?"
Oh.
I like that.
Yeah.
We got a little puppy over here now.
Oh yeah, Miss Pandora.
What am I up to these days? honestly like a lot of crocheting. I sit around and I make stuff all the time. And I'm
So
holding down the
JJ just threw her Etsy account up there. Yeah. But
Oh, Ed, you have such a beautiful daughter. Thank you on his behalf.
well, I think you're beautiful. You know that.
You know I'm beautiful. There's no thinking involved.
That's right. Do you wear a helmet, Ed? Well, unfortunately, in New York, they do have a helmet law. So, yes, I have to in New York. When I went out to Sturgis last year, I will tell you this right now. I got to the hotel. I took my helmet off, and I didn't put it back on until we were leaving Sturgis to go back home. So, Pink Floyd rocks, but Ed rocks more. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I like Pink Floyd too. So, but yeah, if I could get away with not wearing a helmet, I would not wear a helmet. So, and I know, oh my God, it's so dangerous. But I want you to think about this. Oh, bugs hurt. They hurt all the time. I only wear a half helmet. So I've always done that. I've never worn a full face helmet. And I know a lot of people wear a full face helmet. I never have. Never will. It's just not my thing. I like the wind in my face. So, but you know, I want you to think about this. So, like when people talk about, oh, well, you don't have a helmet and blah blah blah. If I get hit at 70 miles an hour or better on the bike, do I really want to live? You know, do I want to be all crippled up and messed up? So, you know.
You came, man. I took a bird off my cheek one day.
Ooh, that would be rough. Yeah, that would not be fun. I do not have the bell. I know a lot of people do the bell. I do not have the bell on my Harley. No. So, but we've had a couple close calls. Well, we ran over one time. We actually ran over. I think it was a woodchuck. Wasn't it a woodchuck? Yeah. We were driving, and it came out, and I was not going to veer. I just went, boop, boop, went back and looked, and sure enough, we'd hit a woodchuck.
And
But
Heather rocks most. Thank you, Prep Rebel. That's what we were looking for. So Pink Floyd rocks, Ed rocks, but Heather rocks most.
there you go. Yes, I'm in New York right now. Yes, I am. Yep. I hit a swarm of bees one time at 60 mile an hour. Oh, that would really not be fun. How do you recognize a happy biker, buggy teeth? Now you learn to keep your mouth closed. I've taken bugs off the nose, side of the head. That's not fun at all. So
Not fun for the bug either.
no, not fun for the. Well, I'll give you an example of something happened the other day. So Heather always wears a full face. I've had her wear a full face since we started riding. And so I was cleaning the windshield the other day when we were out, and she goes, "Dad, could you do the helmet?" So I took the squeegee and I squeegeed the entire helmet. And then we took a paper towel and wiped it down.
Well, I was just kind of went like, okay, with my face. I put it forward, and I was like,
so Morning Light asked you a question there, Heather.
I thought about getting my own bike. Well, of course, I would love to have my own motorcycle. It would make putts around a lot easier, especially with gas prices right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's expensive. So I would need to get my license for that and all that.
Yeah, I've hit some bugs at pretty high speeds. Not a good time. Not a good time at all. Had some close call with deer. Remember that one time we were down in Swain, middle of the day,
yeah.
coming down the hill, just enjoying the ride, and this deer jumped out, and it was too close for comfort, way too close for comfort.
Well, I'm gonna pop back out. I just wanted to come in and say hello.
Okay, well, I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you for everyone saying kind things about me. I don't want to think that I'm just ignoring all that. I appreciate it all.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, Casada. Yep. Well, thank you. Yeah, moped or electric bike. I don't think so. What are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? Crazy girl. Here's Miss Hellas right here. You come up, say hi. Come here. Come on. Come on up. Hey. Well, come on, silly. Come on. Come on up. Come on, come up and say, yes, it's okay. I know. See, I've been trying to teach her not to jump, but so and I wanted to, she didn't want to. Uh, yes. Are you a good girl? Huh? Now you're gonna be. Oh, I can get up here. I can be here. All right. She's a big baby. We have a neighbor that also has a German Shepherd and female. I don't think their dog weighs 50 pounds. So funny. Heather says comparing that dog to Hella, it's just there's no comparison. I'm like, no, not at all, because Hella's a beast. You're a big girl. Are you a big girl? Yeah. So she is a big dog. A friend of mine got hit in the chest with a crow at 60. Oh, well, I had one of my neighbors. Well, you guys know Greg. His son, he was riding, and a deer came out, hit him, and he was still on a bike, and he was still riding. And he said, I looked down, and he goes, and my leg was doing this. So he said, I figured I better stop. So yeah, that was. So he was out of commission for a while after that one. That would not be fun. That would not be fun. So, but I'm a trike rider, 72 VW, spray painted flat black, rust bucket. Love the thing. I just, I will. Now I know a lot of people like the trikes. They do, and that's cool, and I get it. A lot of times when people get older, they go to a trike, because they can't keep it up on two wheels anymore. As long as I can ride on two wheels, I'm riding two wheels. That's kind of where I'm at with that. As long as I can keep the bike up, I'll be riding two wheels. I've never ridden a trike. No judgment on anybody that does, but it's just not. To me, it's not the same, and that's just my take on it. No, there's no reverse unless I'm pushing it. That's the only reverse that I have. Eddie's doing really well. Thank you for asking, Kelly. He's doing really good. I just actually saw him last week. Heather and I went down and picked him up and took him out, and we had a really nice time. And that's the first time that he's actually said yes in 2 years to going out. And so it was a nice change. It was a nice change, and I was happy to spend time with him, and it was a good day. It was a real good day. I miss him. I'll be honest with you. He can be a pain in the behind, like you have no idea. I mean, let me put it like this: anybody that watches this channel that has an autistic child, you will know what I'm talking about. If you don't have an autistic child, you will never have any idea what I'm talking about. I love my son to death, and I will do anything for my son that I possibly could do. If he ever wanted to come back home, he could come back home anytime he wanted to. He left by choice, his choice, to go live with his mother. Um, but autistic children can be very difficult. That's a fact. So, but like I said, he's my son. He will always be my son, and I do miss him. So at 66, rode all my life. Bought my first Harley Davidson last year. Oh wow, Mountain Man, that's and the thing I saw a kid yesterday. We were out riding yesterday, and it was a young kid, and I never heard of the bike before. Never heard of it. And I couldn't even tell you what the name of the bike was right now. And we had pulled up next to him in traffic, and he was a young guy too. I mean, kid was maybe 19, 20 years old. And I said to him, I go, what kind of bike is that? It was a British bike. It was something from a smaller British bike. And so he goes, yeah, I'm pretty new to riding. And I said, well, and I gave him a little bit of advice, well, because the traffic was so slow where we were waiting for this turn. And I said, listen, man, as long as you're riding and you're on two wheels, that's all it counts. Don't matter what you're riding, No, it wasn't a Ducati. No, it wasn't any kind of bike like that. It was a smaller smaller British. It wasn't a Norton. I know Norton's. Yep, and I know it was some name that I'd never heard before, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, he you know, nice kid, nice kid. No, it wasn't an enduro. So, but anyway, and I just told him. I said, just enjoy yourself, and I don't care what anybody's riding. All right, like people joke about mopeds, right? I'll give the wave if you know anything about biker etiquette. When you go by another person on a bike, you give them the wave. I'll do the wave to a moped. I don't care. You know what I mean? So, but again, whatever you're riding, as long as you're riding and you're enjoying it, who cares? You know. I'm not a big fan of crotch rockets. I will be. I'll tell you that, to be honest. I tell them, I call people that ride crotch rockets, I call them organ donors. That's because 9 times out of 10, they're taking stupid chances on those bikes, and that's what happens. So, nope, none of the names you guys are putting up there are. It was like I said, literally, it was something I'd never heard of before. So, it's not a big bike. I mean, he was maybe 500 cc, if that. It was not a big bike at all. But he was new. You know what I mean? So why would you want to try to start out riding, something bigger when you don't know what you're doing? Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so we're here. We're past. Where is? I'm like way behind here tonight on everything. We just talking away and all right. Let me find my list. It is time for shout outs. We're gonna do shout outs. All right. So again, what are we at? 349 in the thumbs up. Uh, we got to hit 400. We got to hit 400 thumbs up if you can. If why not, right? We're at 421 in the chat. We're at 350 now. So if you have not shot the thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do so to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time. All right, so we have Icky Can, who was a friend of mine up in Canada. Real cool dude, really laid back. I would ask you to go and support him. Good guy. Angry Prepper. Everybody knows Angry Prepper. Jason down in New York City. You have Alaskan Prepper with Rudy, and then there's Alaskan Granny as well. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, 2 different channels, same guy. Love what he does as well. You have North Shore Preparedness, also up in Canada. Then there's Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen, 80K Man, riding it out up in the Adirondacks. Bizarizza Jizza, he is in Greece, New York, and he does the Carrington Chronicles. So he's a good guy as well. And a lot of times he'll be absent for months, and then he comes back, and that's just what he does. You have Marfugal News out on the West Coast with Adam and Dax. Good channel out there. Definitely go show them some support. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wranglestar, Red Poppy Ranch, Survival Lily, Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra up in Minnesota. Also up in Minnesota, we have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband and wife, 2 different channels. Really good people, really good people. A lot of good information with both of them. You have Green Greg's. There's also Southern Prepper 1. There's Gray Man Prepping. St. Bernard Acres with Joe. There's Doug and Stacy. They have a great channel as well. We have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there. The Green Dream Project, they're out in Arizona, so another good channel. Different areas, you're going to see different things, and I think that's cool. Monkey Rex, you have the Needy Homesteader. She just had to have another surgery, and so she's recovering from that, from the accident. You have Boss of the Swamp. We have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Love Diamond. I think he's very, very cool. Petra with Appalachian Homestead. There's City Prepper, Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer, Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist, Bushcroft Bear in the Canary Islands in La Palma. You have Mary Greeley News. She comes up with all the latest information of whatever's going on with Yellowstone. Good channel there. Adapt 2030, Ice Age Farmer, the best weatherman in the business as far as I'm concerned, Ryan Hall, y'all. Love him. I think he's very, very energetic when it comes to the weather. I've never seen anybody just have that much passion for it. You have Russell Brand, who is awesome as well. Good channel there, good information. Deep South Homestead, you have The Outsider. I like his channel as well. The Fit Farmer, you have Prepper Princess, Simple Life Reclaimed, Town Seeds. A lot of good information on that channel as well. It's definitely worth a listen to. The Prepared Mind, Pinball Preparedness, East Tennessee Preparedness, The Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Griddy. They're a newer channel. They are in Tennessee. And that is it for the shout outs tonight. So, but again, I really do think that we should be supporting each other, and lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. I know somebody was telling me that I guess there's a lot of channels that are infighting with other channels. They're going at each other on YouTube about, they don't like them because of this, that, or the other thing. I think that that's counterproductive. Um, Listen, I'm sure there's people out there that don't like me. I know there's people out there that don't like me. Oh, well, you know what I mean? You're not going to hear me bash anybody on here. I'm not going to do it. I think it's counterproductive. Um, you know, if I don't like a channel, I don't watch the channel. Simple as that. There's channels that I've seen through the years that I go, yeah, I don't like them. So I don't watch. But I'm not going to come on here and bash that channel, because why? It doesn't, like I said, again, it's counterproductive. The prepping community is a small community. The off-grid community is a small community, relatively speaking. We're a growing community, I believe. Yeah, you can't please everyone, exactly, and I don't try. Like I said, my thing is always this: if you like me, great. If you don't like me, then go watch somebody else. I don't understand the mindset of some people, but I never will. I mean, it's just it takes all kinds. But treat each other with dignity and respect. I think that's an important thing that we should be doing. But it doesn't happen. And again, my opinion is not going to be 100% lined up with your opinion, and it shouldn't be. Now, if we agree on a lot of things, great. That's awesome. I talk about my buddy Steve. Okay, I talk about him quite a bit on here. We have different political views, and that's okay. We'll have discussions, and sometimes they get heated. But you know what? At the end of the conversation, I say, "Hey, brother, have a good night." And he goes, "Yeah, man, you too." And we can talk to each other the next day, and we're good. And that's that it's a mutual respect, and I think that we all should be having that for each other. You know, bashing and tearing people down, the negativity. It's just, again, I have better things to do with my time. I have better things to do in life than to be bitter and pissed off at somebody because they hurt my feelings. Uh, Whatever, you know. Yeah, respect is becoming a lost art. Yes, it is. Whatever happened to agreeing to disagree, you know? But like I said, I'm not going to get caught up in the nonsense. I'm just not going to do it. And like if I honestly right now I don't know channels that are fighting. I really don't, because I just I'm not watching a lot of videos right now, to be honest with you. I've been really really busy, and it's just I don't have the time to waste, with that negativity stuff. I just won't, and I won't do it. So, this time of year, everybody's busy. The weather's decent. People are outside. They're working on projects or doing what they need to do, and they should be. We should be focusing on taking anything that you are doing. Okay, prepping wise, living off grid, gardening, all those type of things. Anything that you are doing to enhance your life, to make your life better. How is that ever a bad thing? How is that ever a bad thing? I just, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, it's a busy season. No time for BS. Exactly. Um, you know, in West Virginia, I've been getting things in the ground. I've been planting. I've been working on different things. And it's helpful to get education from a variety of sources. I agree 100%. You have people have different perspectives, different parts of the country People have different perspectives. They look at things differently. Does that make them wrong and me right? No, it's just a different way of looking at things. And again, and so looking at other options and listening to other people, I think is an awesome thing. you know and I'm going to tell you what, I've come up with ideas. I've had people in the comments make suggestions, okay? Or I'll get an email and they'll say, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? And I'll think about it and I'll go, you know what, that's a good idea, I like that idea. So you take it for a run and see how it goes. And I've always given credit where credit was due. If somebody came up with an idea, I didn't try to say, hey, this was my idea, I did this. No, I'll always say, hey, this was a suggestion from a subscriber. And so I tried it and it worked, and I appreciate that suggestion. You got to be open. You got to be realizing that we all don't know everything. I had one guy one time, and I've said this before. I said none of us know everything. We can all learn, and as long as we're willing to learn and be open minded and say, "Hey, listen, I want to take knowledge in," that's an awesome thing, right? But you know, but I tag you on my prep tip videos on Instagram. Yeah, I saw the one that you put up there today, man. It was a good one. I like that, and I appreciate you doing that. But it's this person said to me, well, I don't need to learn anything, I know everything. And I thought to myself, how sad. Realistically, I thought, what a sad individual that they think that they know everything. None of us do. We can always learn, and I think it's a good thing. I think learning and doing different things, I think that that's awesome. So uh, it's important. It is, keeping an open mind, willing to try new things, do something different. Maybe, like I said, why not? You know what I mean? So, but again, if you're doing something positive to make your life better, that is never a bad thing, in my opinion. It's never a bad thing. So, if you're putting in gardens and you're trying, you're going to tweak this or try that. Again, there's a million and one videos out there on gardening. Look at some of them. Take the knowledge from people that have done it, that have made mistakes, that found out what works, and try it. And if it works for you, great. And if it doesn't work for you, well, no harm, no foul. The time not to learn how to do things is after SHTF, when it's life or death. That's the worst time to try to figure out, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do? It's the worst time to try to figure that out, because again, you know, getting things figured out now is the time. So, all right, it is that time. We have to do We Are Legion, because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? I see we have Vancouver Island in Canada. Very nice. Dayton, Ohio is in the house. Melbourne, Australia with Philip is in the house. Frederick Nolan, Bumstead, Florida. What do we got? Nowhere, Oklahoma. Waterloo, New York. North Carolina. Frankfurt, Illinois. Central Missouri. Inverness, Florida with Clyde in the house. St. Augustine, Florida. Beech Grove, Indiana. Northern Alabama. Pennsylvania Wild. Auburn, California. Georgia, Texas. BC, Canada. Tucson, Arizona. Ulster Park, New York. Somewhere in the Adirondacks with ADK Man. Louisiana. North Carolina. Campbell, Missouri. Central Arizona. West Virginia with Morning Light. We got Belgium is in the house. Very nice. Alabama, Roll Tide, absolutely. Hamilton, Ohio. Missouri and the Ozarks. South of Fort Lost in the Woods, of course. In the state of misery, Hillsboro, Oregon. Rockford, Illinois. North Highlands of California. Las Vegas, Nevada is in the house with Lynn. Love Vegas. Newfoundland. We have Texas is in the house. Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Gatlin, Pennsylvania. We have Virginia and West Virginia slashed. So you got places in both, I would imagine. Grace, Maryland. Hornsville, Missouri. Yellville, Arkansas. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Claremont, New Hampshire. So, again, guys, we really are all over the place. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge, huge network of people. St. Augustine, Florida. Central Iowa. We're the ones now that are awake. we can try to make a difference now. We're not going to wake everybody up. It's not going to happen, but we just can do the best that we can. That's all we can do. Some people are never going to wake up. But when things go south, and they will, it's a matter of time. When they go south, we can be the ones that can really help people. We can educate them then on how to survive. We got Ohio there with Diane. So again, just be as ready as you can be. Continue to prep as much as you possibly can. Uh, we're a great big group wondering what is happening. Yeah, that's exactly right. We got Lakeland, Florida's in the house as well. But you know what the thing is, we, like I said again, we're the ones that really can make a difference. Being awake and not woke is a big difference. And looking at what's going on, you know, it can be frightening. It absolutely can be frightening. But if we just stay diligent and stay the course, we're gonna be good. You know, but we're gonna be okay. And just do what you can. You know, stack them high, keep prepping. Everything that you need to do, make sure you have the things to be able to protect yourselves as well and the people that you care about. I know for some of you overseas, it's a lot more difficult to do that because of the laws that they have imposed. But just do the best that you can. Just do the best you can. You know, and when the time comes, nothing's illegal anymore. Just remember that too. But don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to get jammed up either. That's not a good thing. So anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. They are amazing, very diligent here, stream after stream, taking care of things. Very much appreciated, and thank you guys for doing what you do. I want to thank all you guys for being here because, again, without you guys here, I would not be here. So it's nice to have everybody here and to have good chats and enjoy everything. It makes it a lot of fun. Uh, Also, guys, you know, um, stay diligent, keep prepping, don't stop. Every time I walk out the door, if I'm walking in a store, I'm thinking, what can I get that's going to help me down the road? And it could be something that is simple as something down the road, could be 2 weeks from now, something that I could use, or I'm thinking longer term. So, those are things that I'm thinking about as well. So always prep, always get ready, have the right mindset, get away from the distractions. Don't get caught up in the BS, really. Um, you know, Whatever your opinions are on a topic, keep a low profile. You don't have to go out there and beat it down everybody else's throat because your opinion doesn't agree with somebody else's. That doesn't help. It really, really doesn't. So, anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we could ever figure that one out, we really will be in better shape. We need to stop letting them divide us. They do it over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. These are all tools that are used to keep us distracted. So we never will focus on the real problem, which is big business and the government. That's the real problem. So if we could ever get past all that, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that you tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. Favorite mantra. I love the mantra because it works for every aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever you're striving to accomplish, whatever you're striving to do. If you use that mantra, there's nobody's going to stop you except for you. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Stay away from negative people that are going to tell you what you can't do and what you can't accomplish. They're just jealous. They're petty. They're bitter. There's so many bitter people out there. It's sad, realistically. Stay positive. Stay around people that lift you up, that don't bring you down. I think that's important as well. Who you're associating with, who you're keeping around you. makes a big, big difference. All right. So, you know, I'm still waiting to see people get the STD tattoo. I mean, I got it on my back now, as you guys know. If somebody decides to get the STD tattoo, please send me a picture and I will post it on my Instagram because I think that would be very, very cool. So, anybody that wants to do that, let's do it. All right, that'd be cool. I think it would be really awesome. It'd be very, very flattering to me if you did that. So, anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a great night. Be safe, keep prepping, keep taking care of your business, and you're going to be just fine. And we got through 400 easy. We're at 411 on the thumbs up. All right. I will see you guys all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse One out for now.